Now stop scrolling right now, because what I'm about to tell you was not meant for everyone. It was meant for you. Yes, you. The one who felt a whisper in the chest the moment this video appeared. The one whose hand is hovering over the screen, wondering whether to press play. That hesitation, that tug in your spirit, that is not coincidence, that is God. And He has been waiting for this exact moment to speak directly into your life. If your heart is beating a little faster right now, do not ignore it. Stay. Because what you're about to hear has been reserved for this generation, this month, this very window of time. August 1st, 2 and 3 are not random days. They are marked days, heavenly days. And you are one of the rare souls alive during them to witness what is about to unfold. Pay attention. Every word matters. Every pause carries meaning. This is not entertainment. This is revelation. Chosen one, listen carefully. You already know something is shifting. You can feel it in the atmosphere. You can feel it in your dreams. You can feel it in the strange peace that has been sitting on your chest. Even when everything around you looks uncertain, this is not normal. This is not the world's peace. This is the peace that only comes when God is about to move. And He is moving right now, and He has chosen you to see it. There is a reason this video found you today. Not yesterday, not last week, today. Because today is the day your spirit was ready to receive what your mind could not yet understand. The timing of God is never late. It is never early. It is always perfect. And right now, in this very second, you are standing inside that perfect timing. You may have noticed something changing inside you. Maybe you stopped laughing at things that used to make you smile. Maybe the music you once loved now feels empty. Maybe prayer, which used to feel like a routine, now feels like breathing. Maybe you started waking up at random hours of the night, between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., staring at the ceiling, feeling something heavy and holy pressing on your chest. That is not insomnia. That is awakening. That is the gentle but firm hand of God reaching into your soul and saying, "It is time. It is time to remember who you truly are." You were never ordinary. You were placed here for a purpose that older generations failed to complete. You were born into this exact era because this exact era needs exactly what you carry inside. And most of the world has no idea. They will look at your quietness and call it weakness. They will look at your tears and call them drama. They will look at your depth and call it too much. But God calls it favor. Even in your hardest moments, you were being shaped. Even in the seasons when you felt abandoned, you were being guarded. Even when the doors kept closing one after another, you were not being punished. You were being repositioned. There is a reason you did not get everything you wanted when you wanted it. There is a reason certain friendships fell apart. There is a reason certain relationships ended in silence. There is a reason you were left alone for a little while. God was removing everything that would have blocked the blessing He is about to pour out on August 1st, 2 and 3. Nothing about your life has been accidental. Every delay was preparation. Every tear was a seed. Every night of loneliness was a silent classroom where heaven was teaching you how to survive the calling that is now knocking on your door. Type yes if this speaks to your spirit. Because what you felt just now, that little sting in your chest, that was not emotion, that was confirmation. God is confirming that you are exactly where you need to be. He is confirming that you have been heard in the prayers you thought were bouncing off the ceiling. He is confirming that the visions you have been too afraid to share with anyone are real. He is confirming that the strange burden you carry, the one you cannot explain to your family, the one you cannot describe to your friends, that burden is not heaviness. That is assignment. And the reason it feels heavy is because it is heavy in heaven's eyes. It matters, you matter. And what you are carrying is going to shake something very soon. Now listen to me carefully. Between August 1st and August 3rd, something is going to move in the spiritual realm that will ripple into the physical realm. Something that has been locked for years, something that has been delayed by forces you were never meant to fight alone, something that has been guarded by heaven until you were ready to receive it. Doors that have been rusted shut are about to swing open. Chains that have been wrapped around your finances, your family, your health, your mind, those chains are about to crack. Not because of your strategy, not because of your effort, not because of your hustle, but because God's timing has finally intersected with your life. And when God's timing meets your obedience, nothing in hell can stop what happens next. You were never meant to carry everything on your own. You were never meant to fix yourself. You were never meant to earn your own destiny. God has been preparing you quietly, patiently, sometimes painfully, for a moment that is now closer than it has ever been. The seasons of confusion are closing. The season of clarity is opening. The season of striving is over. The season of receiving is beginning. And if you have been faithful in the hidden, in the prayers nobody saw, in the tears nobody wiped, in the faith that nobody praised, heaven has been taking notes. And on these marked days, the ledger is being opened. The reward is being released. The breakthrough is being announced. And it is not just for a few. It is for the ones who endured. This is your confirmation, chosen one. The God who watched you cry at 2 a.m. is the same God who is about to make you laugh in ways you never imagined. The God who held you when your family could not understand you is the same God who is about to surround you with the right people at the right time. The God who whispered to you in your depression is the same God who is about to shout over you in your victory. You were not broken. You were being broken open so the light could finally get in, and now the light is here. August is not just another month. August is a marker, a divine checkpoint, a spiritual pivot, and you are standing right at the edge of it. You may have noticed that recently you cannot relate to old friends the way you used to. That is not because they are bad. That is because you have outgrown the version of yourself that once needed them. You may have noticed that old habits do not satisfy anymore, that old conversations feel shallow, that old dreams feel too small. That is not depression. That is divine elevation. God is calling you higher, and the lower things cannot come with you. Do not mourn what is falling away. Celebrate what is being raised up. Your spirit is being recalibrated. Your mind is being retuned. And your future is being rewritten in real time. You are becoming the person your blessing has been waiting for. Even in your hardest moments, God was teaching you how to stand. Even when you felt invisible, you were being shaped into someone who would later become impossible to ignore. Even when your prayers sounded like silence, they were thunder in the heavens. God does not forget his children. He does not ignore his chosen ones. He does not delay without purpose. When the silence felt endless, it was because something massive was being prepared behind the veil. And on August 1, 2, and 3, the veil is going to thin. Things that were hidden in the spiritual realm will begin to manifest in the natural realm. Watch your health, watch your sleep, watch your emotions, watch your finances, watch your relationships, watch your intuition. Because the next 72 hours are going to carry a weight of divine movement that you will feel in your body before you see it with your eyes. Type 777 if you trust God's timing. Even when it did not make sense, even when it felt cruel, even when the world told you to give up, you kept going, you kept praying, you kept believing, and now you are about to see why. Your waiting was not wasted. Your suffering was not wasted. Your loneliness was not wasted. It was all compost. And from that compost, the most extraordinary chapter of your life is about to grow. Not because the world suddenly became kind, but because the hand of God suddenly became visible. You will look back on these days, the tears, the silence, the unanswered prayers, the closed doors, and you will finally say, now I understand, now I see, now I know. There is something I need you to understand. You are not like everyone else you have never been. From the time you were young, you felt things deeper than the people around you. You saw things others could not see. You carried pain that did not match your circumstances. You had questions that nobody could answer. You wept over things others laughed at, and for a long time you thought something was wrong with you. But there was nothing wrong with you, chosen one. You were simply awake in a world that was still sleeping. You were simply sensitive in a generation that had numbed itself. You were simply called in an era that was distracted. And now God is gathering all the lonely, weird, deeply feeling, quietly praying souls, and He is saying, "Come out of hiding. Come out of hiding because the assignment has arrived." This is your confirmation that everything you suffered was not punishment, it was promotion. You were being forged. You were being seasoned, you were being sharpened, and what is coming in August is going to require every ounce of that sharpening. The blessing ahead is not a small one. It is not the kind that fits into a comfortable life. It is a calling-sized blessing. It is a destiny-sized breakthrough. And God needed you to be ready. He needed you to be unbreakable. He needed you to not run at the first pressure. He needed you to be able to carry what is coming. And now, you are ready. You may have noticed that the attacks have increased lately. Strange dreams, sudden anxiety, unexpected conflicts, strange health issues, sudden fear, waves of doubt. That is not your mind playing tricks on you. That is spiritual warfare, and the enemy knows what God is about to do. The enemy knows something is shifting in the heavens. And because he cannot stop what God has decreed, he is trying to distract you before it arrives. He wants you doubting. He wants you distracted. He wants you scrolling past this video. He wants you rolling your eyes, saying, "This is just content." But if you are still reading, if your spirit is still pulling you forward, that means the Holy Spirit is louder than the enemy's noise. Stay here. Do not leave. Because the word coming through this message is going to seal something inside you that no demon can undo. Type amen if you feel chosen, because that is exactly what is happening right now. Heaven is speaking and earth is listening. Heaven is downloading purpose into your spirit. Heaven is opening scrolls that carry your name. The angels are looking at you and saying, "There they are. That is the one we have been waiting for. That is the one who stayed faithful in the hidden. That is the one who kept going when everyone else quit. You did not abandon your faith when it was unpopular. You did not silence your prayers when nobody joined you. You did not betray your convictions when the world mocked them. And now heaven is about to publicly honor what was done in private. Watch what happens between August 1st and August 3rd. Now watch who calls, watch what opens, watch what arrives, watch what returns, watch what clears, watch what heals. This is not hype, this is prophecy. And prophecy does not return void. Chosen one, hear me when I say this. You have been through a war that nobody saw. You have buried dreams that nobody attended the funeral for. You have walked through seasons that left scars nobody knows about. And if no one has ever told you, let me tell you now, I am proud of you. Heaven is proud of you. God is proud of you. You did not quit. You did not betray yourself. You did not abandon your future just because the present felt unbearable. And that kind of resilience is not human. It is holy. It is the kind of strength that only comes from being saturated in the presence of God. And now that strength is about to be used, not wasted. Not hidden, used in ways that will leave no doubt in your mind that the God you serve is real, is personal, is present, is moving, and has never once forgotten you. There is a reason you are hearing this today, because today your spirit is ready for language that your mind was not ready for 2 years ago. Today your heart is open to truth that your pride would have rejected 4 years ago. Today your eyes are ready to see what your fear was hiding from you 1 year ago. God has been performing surgery on your soul, and the anesthesia is finally wearing off. You are waking up, and the world is going to look different from this point on. Because you are different, you will no longer settle for surface-level living. You will no longer chase what the world applauds. You will no longer dim your light to keep uncomfortable people comfortable. You are awake, And the awake ones cannot go back to sleep. Even in your hardest moments, God was building an altar inside you. Every insult became a brick, every betrayal became mortar, every lonely night became a consecration, and the altar is now complete. And when an altar is complete in the spirit realm, fire falls. And when fire falls, everything that should burn will burn. The lies will burn, the shame will burn, the condemnation will burn, the anxiety will burn, the generational chains will burn, the confusion will burn. And what remains will be something so pure, so powerful, so radiant, that even the people who mocked you will have no choice but to acknowledge that the hand of God was on your life all along. Watch the atmosphere around you. Something is shifting. You may have noticed conversations ending abruptly. You may have noticed certain friendships dissolving without effort. You may have noticed opportunities falling away even though you worked hard for them. That is not loss. That is pruning. God is removing assignments that were never yours so that He can position you where you actually belong. Where you belong, you will not have to force anything. Where you belong, you will not have to beg. Where you belong, you will not have to prove yourself. Where you belong, doors will open that you did not even knock on. And that is where you are heading, right now, in this very season. You may have noticed that your appetite for certain things has disappeared. The gossip no longer satisfies, the toxicity no longer attracts, the shallow content no longer entertains. The conversations that once felt exciting now feel empty. That is not burnout, that is refinement. You are becoming a vessel that can no longer carry what it once carried. Your spirit has outgrown your surroundings. And God is about to introduce you to new surroundings, new people, new levels, new dimensions of provision, peace, and purpose. He is about to relocate your atmosphere. He is about to rearrange your schedule. He is about to reorganize your priorities, not because you forced it, but because He ordained it. Type 1111 to affirm this message, because what is happening right now, in this moment, as you read these words, is a divine alignment. Every sentence is finding a frequency in your spirit. Every line is unlocking something that has been trapped inside you. You are not just listening, you are remembering. You are remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. You are remembering the version of yourself that prayed without ceasing. You are remembering the version of yourself that loved without fear. You are remembering the version of yourself that believed without needing proof. And that version of you is being restored right now, in this very breath. Listen to me carefully, chosen one. Between August 1st and August 3rd, pay very close attention. You may receive a message, an unexpected call, a letter, a financial shift, a reconciliation, a delayed opportunity showing up at the perfect moment. An old wound suddenly getting closure. A dream that leaves you waking up in peace instead of panic. A meeting with someone you never expected. A door that swings open without your hand touching it. Things you have been believing for years are about to accelerate. The no's you accepted are about to turn into yeses. The silence you endured is about to turn into spectacle. And when it happens, you will know. You will know it was not luck. You will know it was not strategy. You will know it was God. And it will undo every doubt you ever carried. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of the part where it gets good. The part where the testimony becomes undeniable. The part where the blessings become visible. The part where the favor becomes loud. The part where the favor becomes loud enough that even the doubters have to acknowledge that something miraculous is happening, and you will not need to convince anyone. The evidence will be so clear, so loud, so undeniable that your life will start preaching the gospel without you even opening your mouth. That is the kind of testimony God is preparing for you, and it is closer than you think. August 1, 2, and 3 are the opening notes. God has been preparing you in the wilderness. The wilderness was not your punishment. It was your training ground. And now the wilderness is closing. The wilderness is closing not because it failed, but because it succeeded. You survived what was meant to kill you. You came out of what was meant to bury you. And now there is a new chapter waiting for you. A chapter with green pastures, still waters, restored souls, open heavens and favor that will follow you into rooms you have not even entered yet. You are stepping into it, not alone, not by accident, not by your own strength, held, carried, guided, known, witnessed, chosen. Type 222 if you are ready for breakthrough, because that is what is coming. Not a small breakthrough, not a quiet shift. A breakthrough so loud that the enemy will regret every sleepless night he caused you. A breakthrough so visible that the people who ignored you will suddenly want to reconnect. A breakthrough so undeniable that the generations behind you will tell your story as proof that the God of the Bible is still alive and still moving and still choosing ordinary people like you to carry extraordinary assignments. You are not too young. You are not too old. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are exactly enough. And God has been waiting for you to believe that. Even in your hardest moments, heaven was watching you. Heaven was keeping count of every tear. Heaven was bookmarking every prayer. Heaven was recording every act of obedience you did in secret. And now heaven is about to release a package so heavy with blessing that it will require a network of people, friends, family, strangers, angels, to help you carry it. That is what is coming. Not a trickle, not a drip. A flood of healing, a flood of peace, a flood of wisdom, a flood of clarity, a flood of provision, a flood of open doors, a flood of divine connections, a flood of answered prayers you had already forgotten you had prayed. Chosen one, I need you to understand something that most people will never tell you. The suffering you went through was not random. The trauma you survived was not meaningless. The betrayals you faced were not the end of your story. They were the middle chapter, the setup for a finale so glorious that it will leave no doubt in your mind that the author of your life is real, is loving, is sovereign, and is about to bring every single thing full circle. The people who hurt you will see your healing. The doors that closed will reopen wider than imaginable. The finances that drained will refill from unexpected sources. The relationships that were broken will be restored or replaced with something far better, and you will say, God did this. Only God could have done this. This is your confirmation. Stop questioning whether you are chosen. Stop questioning whether God still cares. Stop questioning whether your life has meaning. Stop questioning whether the waiting has been worth it. The answer has always been yes. The answer is still yes. And the proof is going to arrive between August 1st and August 3rd. Not as a wish, as a witness. You will see it, you will feel it, you will know it. And from that moment on, the way you pray, the way you trust, the way you worship, the way you serve, the way you love, it will all be different. Because once you see God move like He is about to move in these marked days, your faith will become unshakable. Your hope will become unbreakable. And your future will become unstoppable. There is a reason you are here, chosen one. There is a reason this video crossed your path. There is a reason you are still reading instead of scrolling. There is a reason your spirit responded before your mind could analyze it. The God of the universe has a word for you in this moment, and that word is, it is time. It is time to step out of shame. It is time to step out of hiding. It is time to step out of doubt. It is time to step out of fear. It is time to step out of the old version of yourself. It is time to step into the calling that has been circling you like a lion waiting for the right moment to roar. And the right moment is now. August 1st is here. August 2nd is approaching. August 3rd is closing the window. And inside that window, everything is going to shift. You were never meant to live a small life. You were never meant to shrink yourself to fit into rooms that were too small for your calling. You were never meant to apologize for your sensitivity. You were never meant to dim your light so other people's insecurities could feel comfortable. You were meant to burn so brightly that even the darkness has to flee, to burn so purely that your very presence becomes a sanctuary, to burn so steadily that the generations behind you learn how to stand in the middle of chaos and still praise. That is who you are. That is who God has been rebuilding inside you. And that is who you are becoming. You may have noticed that you have been waking up with songs in your spirit, songs you have not heard in years. You may have noticed that random scriptures keep showing up in your mind at random moments. You may have noticed that you have started weeping during worship without fully understanding why. That is not emotion, that is response. The Holy Spirit is downloading something into your heart, a new assignment, a new frequency, a new language for this new season. You are being rewired inside your spirit, and one day, very soon, you will wake up and realize that the old things no longer have power over you. The old patterns no longer control you. The old wounds no longer define you. You will be free. You will be whole. You will be ready. And that readiness is going to launch you into a chapter your current imagination cannot contain. Chosen one, I want you to feel this deeply. God is not angry with you. God is not disappointed in you. God is not punishing you. God is not ignoring you. He is preparing you. He is polishing you. He is holding you through the silence. He is faithful through every unanswered prayer. He is gentle through every tear. He is present in every lonely night. And now He is saying to you, in this very moment, it is enough. The waiting is enough. The suffering is enough. The training is enough. You are ready now. Step forward. Step into the water. Step into the open door. Step into the abundance. Step into the calling. Step into the blessing. Step into the next chapter of your life, because I am with you and I will never leave you. This is not just a message. This is a marker in time, a marker in your story, a marker in your spirit. And when these days pass, when August becomes a memory, you will look back on this moment, this video, this message, this breath, and you will realize that this was the moment everything began to change. This was the moment the shift started. This was the moment your spirit locked in. And from this moment forward, you will walk differently. You will pray differently, you will love differently, you will trust differently, you will dream differently, you will live differently. Because you met God here, and meeting God changes everything. Type yes one more time if you receive this word. Because what is happening inside your chest right now is not entertainment, it is revival, it is revelation, it is the inbreaking of heaven into your everyday reality. And you do not need to understand everything that is happening. You only need to say yes. Yes to the calling, yes to the timing, yes to the healing, yes to the restoration, yes to the breakthrough, yes to the unseen, yes to the divine, yes to the version of yourself that God is breathing back to life inside you. Just say yes, and watch what God does in response. Even in your hardest moments, you were not forgotten. Even when you felt invisible, you were seen. Even when you felt silenced, heaven was recording every word. Even when you felt unloved, the Father was holding you like a father holds a newborn, close, careful, completely. And now He is going to make that love visible, tangible, loud, undeniable, through people, through provision, through healings, through open doors, through revelations, through dreams, through favor that finds you even when you are hiding. You are loved. You have always been loved. And that love is about to become the loudest thing in your life. Type 777 again if you trust Him. Because trust is what carried you this far. Trust is what kept you praying when the prayers felt empty. Trust is what kept you standing when everything else had fallen apart. Trust is what kept you believing when the world told you to quit. And trust is what is about to unlock the floodgates of heaven over your life. Not because you are perfect, not because you are strong, not because you earned it, but because you trusted, and God honors faith, especially the kind of faith that has been tested in fire and still refuses to bow. There is a reason you are hearing this today, because heaven has been trying to get your attention for months, maybe years, through dreams, through pain, through closed doors, through restlessness, through tears you could not explain, through books you picked up randomly, through strangers who said the exact words your soul needed, through whispers in worship, through coincidences that were not coincidences, and now heaven is speaking even louder through this message, through this moment, and it is speaking directly to you. So do not scroll past, do not dismiss, do not rationalize, just receive, and let the wave of what is coming wash over you like a warm tide. Because what is coming is holy, what is coming is healing, what is coming is restoration, what is coming is breakthrough. What is coming is the beginning of a chapter so beautiful that your tears will turn into laughter and your mourning will turn into dancing. This is your confirmation. You were chosen before the foundation of the earth. You were set apart for this era. You were anointed for this assignment. You were sealed for this season, and no weapon formed against you will prosper. No plan of the enemy will succeed. No voice of doubt will have the final word. The voice of God is louder, and his voice is declaring over you right now, you are mine. You are seen. You are loved. You are chosen. You are ready. You are about to witness my glory in ways your eyes have never seen. Type amen if you feel the shift in your spirit, because that shift is real. That shift is heaven moving. That shift is the angels responding to the prayers you have been carrying alone. That shift is the seal being opened. That shift is the breakthrough initiating. And once it begins, it will not stop. It will compound. It will accelerate. It will spread. It will overflow into your family, into your finances, into your health, into your mind, into your relationships, into your future, into your legacy, into the generations behind you, into the world around you. You are going to be a witness of grace, of mercy, of supernatural timing, of undeniable blessing, of a God who never forgets, of a God who restores, of a God who chose you before you even knew your own name. So stay in the hope, stay in the faith, stay in the prayer, stay in the word, stay in the worship, stay in the community of the chosen, stay close, because the days ahead are not ordinary. They are marked, they are holy, they are weighted with divine movement. And you are not just living through them, you are about to witness them up close, personally, undeniably, with your own eyes. Chosen one, this is your moment. This is your crossing. This is your shift. This is your upgrade. This is your unveiling. This is your invitation. And I pray with every fiber of my being that you receive it, that you believe it, that you walk forward into it, that you never forget the way you felt in this exact moment, reading this exact word, in this exact season. Because you will look back on this and say, that was the moment. That was my Damascus road. That was my burning bush. That was the day heaven marked me. That was the day my life changed forever. Type 222 one final time if you are ready. Ready to receive, ready to forgive, ready to let go, ready to step forward, ready to trust completely, ready to be filled with the fire of God's presence in a way you have never experienced before. Because if your heart is ready, your season is ready. And August 1st, 2 and 3 will be the days the world begins to see what God can do through a soul who stayed faithful in the hidden. You are that soul. You are that story. You are that testimony. And the testimony is just beginning.